Tapirva. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me today, and welcome to Roll a Clip. Dude, this week in Australia. Oh yeah, that's right. We're all the way from up top here in Indiana. I'm going down under, using Reddit to see what happened in Australia this week. Let's go. Does anyone else empty out the stuff at the bottom of the bag? Why is my Australian accent that bad? Of barbecue shapes to make mega barbecue shapes. No, because I live in America and I don't have access to shapes, but you definitely got me craving the barbecue shapes. I think that was my favorite flavor. Oh my God, actually, where do you get these hexagon crackers? Those, like, I think we have those, and those taste good by themselves. I can't imagine with this crusty goodness sprinkled on it. I'm about to go buy some of these hexagonal crackers and sprinkle some chicken salt on them. Would that's pretty much the closest thing I could get to shapes over here in America. No, I snort it just the way God intended. I'm a normal person, so I suck my finger, stick it in the dust, and then suck it off. Why would you do that instead of just... Don't screenshot that. Australia is number 2 in the world for the top producers of single-use plastic waste. Oh my God, Singapore, damn. Well, at least you're not number 1, Australia. Where's the USA? I'm actually kind of amazed. The USA is actually tied with Switzerland? That kind of blows my mind. It really does blow my mind. I would have thought we'd be number 1, to be honest. You would think so, given, like, what everybody says. The top producers of single-use plastic waste. Huh. I mean, we're still way up there. I mean, Singapore is in a league of its own. I mean, damn. After Singapore, all the way down to Chile, they're all, you know, we're all pretty close. But I'm still impressed by America. I mean, we're still, you know, up there on the list, but we're not number 1. We're not number 1. We're not number 1. And New Zealand's all the way down here. Explain that. Why is New Zealand? Well, New Zealand's probably just not producing as much of it. Well, that's a fact. They're not producing as much of it. But what I mean is maybe they just import it from Australia. Maybe. What else do you need to hear, folks? The typical Aldi grocery bill is 25% cheaper than at major supermarkets like Kohl's. There we go. No one ever has to shop at Kohl's or Woolworths again. And that way no one has to complain on this subreddit about it. We don't have to ever talk about the prices at Kohl's ever again. Because y'all just need to go shop at Aldi's and Target. Actually, I meant Kmart, not Target. Kmart, because you guys still have Kmart, and I'm very amused by that. Well, I'm kind of pissed that this video is no longer available. Someone didn't want me watching this video, apparently. Or watch it. Someone doesn't want anybody watching this video. Indian spies quietly deported from Australia after political infiltration attempts. When was this? Now, I hesitate to get into a discussion about this at all, just because it's, like, about race and stuff, but this comment was interesting to me, and it's thumbed up. You know, don't want to upset the nation, India, supplying all the cheap labor to keep wages down. Like, you're telling me India is kind of analogous to Mexico over here? Because obviously, you're in America, or maybe not obvious, I don't know, but there's a lot of illegal immigration coming from Mexico, and those people do a lot of really hard labor here in America. And if you've ever seen South Park, they took our jobs, you know, keeping the wages down. That's an interesting take, and it's kind of interesting also because India, like, the people from India over here in America, most of them are like doctors. Like they're not doing cheap labor over here in America. There so many doctors are from India. Uh-oh. Domino's is now under the magnifying glass. What did they do? Domino's, are you effing serious? 1.4% FTPOS surcharge. 1.4% surcharge applies to all transactions processed in store. I don't know what that means, EFT POS. At Domino's, we are 100% committed to providing customers with great products, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm going to have to look this up. What is an EFT? Is that EFT point of sale? Up to a 10% Sunday surcharge? Actually, I think I've heard about this. Maybe not a Sunday surcharge, but don't you guys have a holiday surcharge? That rings a bell to me. Sunday surcharge. Damn, that's wild. Dear customers, our team members work hard to provide you blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you already said that. On Sundays, we apply up to a 10% surcharge on all orders to allow for penalty rates for our team members. Okay. EFT POS, electronic funds transfer at point of sale. So pretty much credit cards. I feel like that could have been summed up by saying credit cards. But apparently you guys call it EFT POS, which I've never heard. Maybe people call it that over here in America too, but I have never heard that. Anyway, they have a 1.4% surcharge. That's actually not that uncommon over here in America, so I'm not that, like, I can't pretend to be outraged by that. I guess I'm outraged for you guys if you don't normally have that, but it's not super uncommon over here for businesses to charge you the credit card fee, which is really annoying, really stupid. I shouldn't say it's common. It's not common. Maybe 1 out of 30 places will charge you the credit card fee. And usually it's like 3%. Pro tip, Google Pizza Hut and a Domino's ad will appear and give you 40% off. If that's true, that is genius. That's genius. What is absolutely true, for sure, that I know, is, at least over here in America, you need to use the coupons. Like, if you're ordering at Domino's, you need to go to the deals section on the website. It makes everything like half as pricey. All right, I'm on the Australian Domino's website. Let's go to the offers. I'm curious if it's... Oh, man. I need to find a zip code for Australia. Okay. I guess this is somewhere in Sydney, according to Google. Shout out to anyone from the 2055. What do we got? We got deals here. Chicken munchies from $30. $30! Okay, this is AUD. I have to keep in mind. 2 large value pizzas plus 2 sides for $27. See, that seems decent, I think. I mean, I think you guys get the point. 3 large value pizzas plus 3 sides, $36. Okay. Okay, I just went through all of them. To be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed because over here in America, like at my local Domino's, you can just buy 1 pizza. You know, a lot of times that's what you want. 1 pizza. And it's like 1 pizza for $8. That's a good deal. Is this war as Kiwi as lamingtons? To be frank, I don't know what a lamington is. Is this war? Do you guys claim lamingtons? Whatever that is? Like, why? What's the controversy? Well, it says right here, lamington is an Australian cake. So there you go. I see why it's war now. The Kiwis are trying to take ownership of the sponge cake. Deploy the possums! This post is interesting. I didn't think I would read this. Australian houses are so cold. I don't know why the F. I feel like I'm living in Antarctica right now. Indoors is colder than outside, even with the AC. Well, you don't want the heater on. Genuinely curious as to how people deal with poorly insulated living environments. How is it colder on the inside if you have the heater on? Even if it's poorly insulated. Our houses are glorified tents, priced like a mansion. Yeah, I can relate to this. Interesting, though. Interesting. I would have thought Australian houses were, like, really well insulated. But what do I know? Just, I would have assumed so with pretty extreme temperatures over there, especially heat. You know. Interesting. Here's the obligatory anti-Coles post for this week. Dairy owners say their milk is vanishing from shelves after they refused Coles profit margin demands. Let's see here. In short, an independent milk producer says its products have been stripped from most Coles Victorian supermarkets after the dairy refused to give the supermarket a giant profit, or a bigger... The supermarket giant a bigger profit margin. I don't know what it was about giant and bigger being in the same sentence, but it almost scrambled my brain. Boo, Coles, boo. What do I do from here? Thank you for waiting. I thoroughly checked the account. As per checking here, you canceled the service on 12/6/2024. Well, that was a long time ago. You'll still be charged for Ent and phone internet bundle, $104. Thanks. So I'm being charged for the period from 16 June to 15 July, billed period as per invoice, despite not using the service during this time and providing ample cancellation notice? Thank you for waiting. That is correct. No shame, huh? They have no shame. What the hell is this? Seen in Melbourne City. I don't know, but it's pretending to be a bald eagle, which is basically stolen valor. This thing needs to be extradited to the USA promptly. It looks scary. Oh my God, that actually is scary. I don't like that beady little eye. Like, that head doesn't even look like it's... Looks like a shrunken head. A mina malfunction. I don't know what a mina is. That's a good one. That is a good one. That was a clever comment. Good news, folks. I think this is a signal that we've reached the peak of the housing market. A 3-bedroom house in Mount Druitt sells for the same price as a castle in the French countryside. Okay, so it's $1.3 million. I mean, to be honest, considering that's AUD, that's a cheap castle. I mean, damn. Damn. 800,000 euros for a castle? I mean, that could pretty much buy you a castle over here in Indiana. But in the French countryside? And on the other hand, this for $800,000 or 1.3 million Australian dollars. That's wild. At a newish pub with this sign in the car park. Is that what you guys call it? A parking lot? A car park? What does it mean? This car park is a suspended slab, suitable for pumping appliances, not aerials with outriggers. Aerials with outriggers? I have no... I think it means if you're driving an American truck, you're going to have to find somewhere else to park. Now grayer with 50% less egg. What is this? Mayo? Real mayonnaise. Just in case you were skeptical. And not only is it real, it's the best. Still made with whole eggs. Just half as many. Let's see. Egg, 7.5%. Egg, 3.4%. I don't think our nutrition facts have these percentages in our on our labels. That's pretty neat. Ours are usually just a list of ingredients, you know? You don't know how much of it is in it. Ew, look at the color difference. I don't know what to make of that. This is an interesting little thing. Victoria moves to introduce default $50 loss limit on poker machines. I mean, they're showing a normal slot machine. I assume they're talking about video poker, which is basically a slot machine. $50 loss limit. It's kind of odd to me. It's like, well, then you might as well just ban it outright if you think. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. Are people in favor of that? I think what would be better for the public is for them to increase the, by law, the machine has to pay out a certain amount. I mean, video poker's a little different because it actually depends how well you play the video poker. But if you play it perfectly, it should have to pay out, like 99.9% on average. Oh, it's just a thing on the machine, which could then be changed by a gambler under the pre-commitment scheme. So it's just, you just have to click, like, turn it off. That basically does nothing, in my opinion. Which I'm not necessarily against. I mean, in my opinion, if you're an adult and you want to waste your money on slot machines for the chance to maybe win some money, that's on you. All right, I think that's about all I got this week, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a phenomenal weekend. I hope to see you again next week.